Hello and welcome to Pokemon Emerald Slide. In this challenge, we have turned every main ground tile into an ice puzzle. This includes the grass, caves, building floors, and water tiles. This is as stupid as it sounds. This system is incredibly prone to soft locking. If you went left or right in this room, you will soft lock. You will go around in a circle in the room forever. The carpets are safe zones, so if we go to the carpet, we can reorient ourselves and go to the clock and we can leave. Now we have to use these carpets, flowers, long grass to stop on, and rock signs and NPCs to bounce off of to make it where we need to go. We cannot complete the challenge without bouncing off of these signs, without using NPCs to line up so that we can go into the doors that we need to. So to get to our rival's house, we have to bounce off of an NPC. To get out of Little Root, we have to wait again for this NPC to get into a different position so that we can bounce off of them and make our way out of Little Root Town. Now, as soon as he's in the spot, we make our way down, we grab our starter. It doesn't really matter which one we pick because we're not actually going to get much use out of them at all. We talk to Professor Birch, we go, and he tells us to go see May. Now here, we could technically skip going to see May. We don't have to, but we're going to because we want the Pokeballs that Professor Birch, well, that technically May will give us after we get the Pokedex. So we wait, we line up again so that we can leave, and we head into Route 101. Now here you see we're using the signpost and the long grass to orient ourselves. Also, here's a flower. That flower is clearly not in Vanilla Emerald. If you have played the game at all, you will not remember that flower. I have had to add some things into the overworld to make the game physically possible to beat. You cannot beat the game without that flower there. You can grab your starter, you can make it to the end of Route 1, but you cannot leave Route 101 without your starter, or without that flower there. So I have added some flowers, some rocks, I have changed some NPC movement, or even moved them around, so that we can beat the game. So we make it up to May, just traveling through Old Town using the flowers. We beat her just by spamming tackle, and here is the best slide in the game, at least one of them. We get to slide all the way from Route 103, all the way through Old Town, through 101, through Little Root, down to the bottom. I love that slide, and now that we've beaten May, we just need to get back into the lab again, and we do this by waiting for this NPC, the little girl. It's another way of getting into the lab, just waiting for the right time to line up. We go into the lab, we get our Pokedex, and we get our Pokeballs. Now these Pokeballs are really important because we are not following the main plot of the game. That is not what is about to happen. We need to catch some Pokemon in the water here that have a really high level because we only need to beat the 6th gym. The only gym that the Elite Four guards check is the 6th gym. It is the only flag in the game that they check. So here, we use some save states to save us some time from resetting and resetting and resetting, because we only have 5 Pokeballs, so that we can catch a Tentacool and a Wingull, so that we can actually battle the trainers on our way as we skip down Route 103 in a way that we're not supposed to be going, across the water, because we can slide wherever we want. Now here, in this trainer battle, we sweep. And because of this, I'm going to skip a lot of the trainer battles. We sweep most trainer battles in the game because we are at a higher level, so I'm going to cut out all the trainer battles. I'm going to cut out the wild Pokemon encounters, except for the 6th gym and the Elite Four, for obvious reasons. You know, people want to see those generally. But we are going to skip out all of these unnecessary battles because for once in a Pokemon romhack, the focus is on the overworld. It's not on the battles. Usually the focus is on the battles. It's, am I gaining XP or losing XP? Am I losing levels? Are my Pokemon all level 1? Can, you know, I beat the game if X, Y, or Z happens in the battle engine? But here we're doing, can I beat the game if something is happening inside of the overworld? Here we can skip past Mace because of the way that the triggers work, so we're just going to ignore it. That whole section has long grass, so it's not really interesting. There's no puzzles. You just walk through the long grass and fight a bunch of Pokemon. Here, though, we have to wait for this old guy to line up. We cannot make it into Mauville. We keep getting stuck if we try. But as soon as this old guy lines up, we can go all the way down, and then we can get over and skip out from this little nerd kid here. So we grab this X speed even though we don't use it at all in the run, but we pick it up. I think we sell it later on technically, but here we bounce off this guy and we make it into the Mauville City Center. So in Mauville, the main things that we need to do are we need to heal our Pokemon because they are almost dead, and we need to grab some Pokeballs at the Pokemart. So I probably should have done the Pokemart thing first, but I didn't. I went to the Poke Center, and here we are going around in a circle because I forgot how to get to the Poke Center. It's not easy navigating in the Pokemon Emerald slide. So here we end up fighting this trainer battle over here. I needed money anyway, so I just went over and fought this battle, and now I'm gonna try to figure out again how to get to the Pokemon Center. I finally figure it out. I'm like, wait, we have to go to the gym. I heal in the Pokemon Center, and then I go into the Pokemart. Now here we are grabbing more Pokeballs because we need to catch more Pokemon. Our Pokemon are not going to make it in the 6 gym fight. We only have 3 if you count our Mudkip. We need to go and we need to catch 2 Manectrics in the area where you can catch them because obviously electric type Pokemon beat the flying type gym. So we are going to navigate over here. We're going to skip through the water, skip this water encounter because no one cares, and we are going to try to catch our Manectric here because there are level 26 Manectrics that can be caught in these grass patches. So again, we're going to use save states because it's pointless not using them because we have them, and the only difference is the time that it takes to save and reset. I actually cut out a lot of those Pokeball save state loads. It took way too long to get both of those Manectrics because we got 2 of them, and the capture rate is not great. Not great at all. So we make it through some of this long grass. It's not really interesting because we can just walk through long grass, but we catch a Tropius as well. Wallace is the champion in Pokemon Emerald, and he has a water team, so Tropius is going to help us out a little bit, and we want to make sure that we have him for then. Now here we see I'm going super fast. I have speed up on. Sometimes going super fast is way more trouble than it's worth. As you saw there, I was going all over the place because I had no control, because sliding around in this game is not easy. It's not easy at all. So here we just battle a couple of these trainers. We're making it up to the Weather Institute. I need more cash, so we're just going to make sure to hit a bunch of them. We are going to grab this elixir. We're probably going to use it later in the Elite Four. We're going to fight some more trainers, and finally we are going to make it up to the Weather Institute. Now, once we get inside, this is very important. You need to attack this Weather Institute in the same way if you want to make sure not to soft lock. It is very easy to soft lock in this area, so make sure that you go in the right direction. I might have fixed it, but either way, that is how you have to get through the Weather Institute if you don't want to risk potentially soft locking. Save beforehand if you have to. We battle Shelly here. It's a sweep because we have strong Pokemon. Our Manectrics are ridiculously strong, and they take out both of Shelly's Pokemon, no problem. After that, we get our cast form. Not that we're going to use it. The cast form is basically useless to us. We slide on out of the Weather Institute like the ballers we are, just taking out Team Aqua. And we are going to head to probably the most boring part of the game, and that is this bridge. Look at that. We walked like normal. What? Why didn't we slide? Well, I have the bridges set to not slide. There are a couple reasons for it that I'm not going to get into too much. I can change them to slide, but it's not really worth it at the end of the day with most of the other tiles being slide if just the bridge tiles aren't slide. So here we take out May. We actually are, risking it a little bit. We don't have much Pokemon because we haven't been able to heal in a while. But we make it through. We get Fly, which we will actually use once because we beat the 6th gym, and we will use Fly one time. It's not necessary, but we do use it. And we continue on our way to Fortree. We have 2 more trainers that we have to beat, but once we beat these 2 trainers, we can make it into Fortree and we can start the sequence to beat the 6th gym. Obviously, we are running low on health though, so first we're going to make a pit stop at this Pokemon Center, and then we are going to go to the next super boring part of the game. Look at this. Look at it. Look at how slow that is. Walking. What? Who walks anymore? Walking. We slide in this house. Sliding. Now that's where it's at. But the bridges, like I said, I made them walk. It is what it is. So here we continue sliding around. We get stopped by the Kecleon there that I forget is there sometimes. Slide around, and here we catch our next Pokemon. This might even be the most important Pokemon we catch. This Absol, we should have caught 2 of them. At the end of the day, in our run, our Aggron ended up being useless. We should have had a second Absol. But Absol, knowing Swords Dance and Slash, he saved the run in a lot of places. Because we could just set up and then sweep with them. So here, like usual, we see Steven, we get our Devon Scope, we battle the Kecleon, and now we can make it to the 6th gym, and we can go and we can battle the 6th gym. We heal beforehand, and we walk on this stupid bridge like a chump, and we go to the 6th gym. We can slide straight past this. We don't even have to go through it. Slide straight past the gym to the gym leader, and we begin the 6th gym battle. Now, this does not go as planned. We get destroyed. In fact, I got swept like 8 times. Literally 8 times. And it did not go well at all. In the test run that I did of the challenge before I actually recorded footage, I beat the 6th gym on the first try. I have no idea how, but I could not manage to beat the 6th gym using the same Pokemon that I caught. The same exact types. I caught a Tropius, 2 Manectrics, an Absol. Same situation, but it did not go the same way. So here the Altaria is obviously the problem. It kept sweeping everything. It just destruction in its path. It has Earthquake, so the Manectric cannot just, willy-nilly take it out. So what we needed to do is we need a training montage. So here is a very quick one. I only show the beginning of it because at the end of it I didn't feel like recording and editing it anymore. But we do our training montage and we train all of our Pokemon up to around level 35 so that we actually have a chance. Takes forever, but if we're going to be skipping the majority of the game, then a training montage is kind of what needs to happen. So this Altaria is still a problem. It still takes out 2 of our Pokemon, no problem, because it uses a Hyper Potion. We do what we can, but it is not enough. But eventually our Absol comes out and it takes out the Altaria with some flinching. Now, the rest of the gym is a pretty easy sweep. We use our Manectrics and, our Manectric, because we only have 1 left, to spark everything and take the 6th gym badge. We can now fly. We can now leave this area because we have all we need to go to the Elite Four. That's it. That's all we need to do to go to Elite Four. We are going straight to the Elite Four now. Technically, we're going straight to Victory Road, and we're going to catch some Pokemon, and we're going to train them, and then we're going to go to the Elite Four. But now we can go straight to the Elite Four. In Pokemon Emerald, the only thing the Elite Four guards check is the 6th gym badge. It's the only flag they check. Technically, there are soft badge checks that happen before that. You have to use Surf to get to the Elite Four. You have to use Waterfall. You have to use Rock Smash. You have to use Strength. So that's how the game determines, oh, you need all of these gyms. So they don't even bother checking when you're actually at the guards. But we can slide over the water, and we can slide over the waterfalls. And I just moved the rocks and the Strength rocks out of the way, because why not? It makes the run better. So we are going straight to the Elite Four, straight through Victory Road, and we are going to beat the gym we are going to beat the game with only beating the 6th gym. So here we continue through this section. It's not too interesting. We battle some trainers, pick up some items, walk through all this long grass, and we finally make it into Lilycove. Now here in Lilycove, we got pretty good RNG. Here, going into this Poke Center, this NPC here can be annoying. But you need them to be lined up perfectly to get inside. So if you can go fast enough, if you go directly in, you can catch them a lot of the times in the perfect position. And here, we have to make it all the way up this staircase, so we got to go down to the bottom. We have to wait for NPCs to line up again. And once we're up here, we have to wait for this guy to line up again. So he has to line up so that we're perfectly riding this right edge here, and then we can make it straight down. Any other way, and it's not going to work. It has to be right there. He's got to be there so that you can slide all the way down. we're going to skip over this water, and we are going to use this Team Aqua Grunt, and we're just going to slide on right by. Usually you can't pass there. There are Whalmers, but we can just slide on straight by. We don't have to worry about anything. We don't have to deal with Team Aqua anymore. We don't have to do any of the plot stuff. We can just start in the water. Now the water encounters still happen, and water encounters stall you, so you can change direction. And we're going to use that a lot. It's going to be annoying, but it's going to help us so that we never get stuck in the water. It's really hard to soft lock in the water because we can always encounter a Pokemon if we need to change direction. So we're going to make it down to the Victory Road now. So this is a good part where I'm going to talk about the ROM hack itself and how it was created. If you don't know, Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Fire Red, they have been completely decompiled. We have the full source code of the games available for us to use, and we can create ROM hacks using them, and it is easier than it has ever been in the past. Before, we had to use binary hacking methods, which involved editing the actual ROM file, and it was super annoying. It was complicated. It involved a lot of memorization. It involved using way more low-level things. But now we have these decomps, and I've been working on a tutorial series to teach people how to make them. This ROM hack was super easy to make. I mean super easy to make. I will have a video on how I made the ROM hack, probably about a week from the time that this video is released, and I will go over everything that I did to make this ROM hack what it is, every single thing, and it is not hard at all. In fact, if someone took what I did here and in the video that I explained, they could easily make a Fire Red version. So if you are interested at all in ROM hacking, make sure to check out our channel. Make sure to check out our tutorial series. You can definitely get involved. You don't have to be super smart. You don't have to know how computers work. I mean, you have to know how a computer works, but you don't have to have already been a programmer. So anyway, let's get back into the run. As you saw there, we just picked up some Pokemon. We picked up a Hariyama, we picked up a Golbat, and we trained them up. We went back to Lilycove so that we could actually put them, because that's the only the Poke Center PC that we can use. We can't use the one without getting softlock inside of the Evergrande outside of it, I believe. And now for some reason, the Wally trigger is still working, so we have to fight Wally, and it's an annoying fight, but we end up taking him out with this Absol that we've trained up. But now that we have better Pokemon, we caught the Hariyama, we caught the Golbat, we caught an Aggron, well, a Larion, but yeah, we caught an Aggron. We can now make it through Victory Road. So we're just gonna keep going. I took out the flash thing here because it's just annoying to me. I don't care at all about it, so I just made it so that you could see everything, because why not? We are now going to, this is one of my favorite sliding parts of the game. It's just fun to slide up the waterfalls, I think. Because you're not supposed to, but it's just goofy. So we just slide all throughout this. No wild encounters in that room, which I was impressed by when I did it. Not until the next room. We made it through this room without a wild encounter too. But anyway, so we continue our way through Victory Road, and you know, we start to get some wild encounters, but we battle these trainers. I'm not showing it, but we're actually on our last legs at this point. We barely have any Pokemon left. Because we've been battling all the trainers, but we are still alive, and we make it out of Victory Road. This was super annoying. We got an encounter there so that I was not lined up for the door. I had to go back so that I could be lined up to leave Victory Road. Leaving Victory Road, the entrance is really annoying because we have to wait for an encounter to get us in the middle, because the doorway is not situated in a place that we can enter from. So it's really stupid. I should probably just put a rock there, but I didn't. So you have to actually wait for an encounter to leave the entrance to Victory Road. But it is what it is. We make it in the Victory Road. We are here. We could challenge the Elite Four right now. We're not going to, because we'll probably lose. So we're going to go back and we're going to train up a bit. But obviously first we are going to restore our Pokemon, then we are going to leave. And we're going to start our next little training montage, our third one so far. It's just going to be quick. It's just the beginning of the montage because, again, I didn't feel like recording the whole thing. Now, once our training montage is done, we are going to sell all of the items that we don't need. And and then we are going to buy some healing items because obviously we are not going to be able to make it through the Elite Four without healing items. I am not a Nuzlocke. I have not designed this team perfectly to deal with the Elite Four. I have just grabbed whichever Pokemon I could find on the routes that we traveled on. I did not look far and wide. I did not go out of my way to grab specific Pokemon other than the Absol that came in clutch a few times. So now we are going to enter the Elite Four. Look, let us confirm you have all the gym badges, and they open the door. We only have one. We have one gym badge. So what are they confirming? Yeah, so here is the beginning of the Elite Four. Now, we get roared out while we were trying to set up, which was kind of annoying, but we just take out this Mightyena just by just hitting it back and forth, and then we go and we set up again. We use a Swords Dance, and then we slash. It unfortunately doesn't take out the kill, but we slash again, and then we slash again, and then we slash again. Well, we go to Tropius first, then we body slam, and we body slam, and we body slam. They use a full restore, so we keep body slamming, and eventually we get the kill on Cacturne. We go back to Manectric to take out Crawdaunt with a Thunder, and that is the first Elite Four member. Really easy. Now going to Phoebe. This one, again, we are going to set up with Absol. We're going to Swords Dance because it just protects, and it usually protects twice in a row. So we're just going to Swords Dance twice, and then we're going to bite, and it's going to flinch, and we're going to bite again. Thank God for flinching mechanics. Although usually I hate them, here it was nice. It actually helps us out a couple times in the run. We would not have beaten the Elite Four without the flinching mechanics. It gets pretty close in the last two fights. So we're just going to sweep with Absol there. Nothing to it. As we go into the Ice type, we are going to lead with our Manectrics. Again, it would have been better if we had two Manectrics or two Absols. Either one would have been nice. But we are going to switch into Hariyama because we want to I want to save my Thunders for all of the water type and the water ice types because it's actually super effective. So I used Belly Drum, and then I healed so that I could actually take out some Pokemon because our Hariyama we didn't pick up any TMs in the entire game, so we had nothing to teach it other than the garbage moves it knows. But thankfully Belly Drum at least gives us some power. We use Thunder to take out the Walrein, and we're done. We're into the Dragon type, and this one is hard. It did not go that great, but we got it in the end. So we set up, we use our slashes, and we are able to do some damage. But Altaria takes us out. It takes us with it, though, and that's all we needed, because that Altaria was the problem in this. The Salamence, not so much, but it's still this whole Elite Four member gave us a little bit of problems. So this Aggron was so useless to us. It would have been better as a different Pokemon, but this Flygon just keeps attacking and destroying us. We thankfully get a Confuse Ray on it, and that is what does it. Just pure luck with the confusion. We go into Salamence, and we get lucky with getting two Thunders, and we take the Salamence out, no problem. We switch out, though, because we don't want Kingdra to kill us. I want to heal my Manectric first. And then I'm going to try to beat it with the Golbat, but we get critted. It is what it is. I am charging. I do not want this to go wrong. It surfs. I Thunder with a charge and take it out, no problem. We heal all our Pokemon, and we enter the last battle of the game. Now, this one was difficult. To start with, we just straight up Thunder and take it out. We Thunder again, take it out. But this is where it gets a little bit more complicated. It sends out Wishcash, we Solar Beam, and it uses Amnesia, so it doesn't take it out, but we do end up getting the kill with a crit on Razor Leaf, and now this Milotic destroys us. Grass Flying is not good against an Ice Beam. We use Thunder on Milotic, it paralyzes, but we get poisoned. And then we try to use Thunder again, but we can't. It heals, and we get taken out by our poison. We go in, we try to slash immediately. I probably should have set up first, but I figured that it wouldn't try to heal, but they did, and my Absol goes down due to poor decision making. I really could have stretched that Absol further. Aggron again shows itself to be useless. Would have been much better as a Manectric. It would have been faster. We would have been able to take out Milotic, no problem. But instead, we barely hang on with luck. Look at that, our Golbat. That Golbat really saved my life a couple times with that Confuse Ray. If we had not gotten those confusion hits, we would have wiped again. So here with my Hariyama, I heal some of our Pokemon, and we are going to, for some reason, heal Hariyama again. It didn't do anything. We just switched back into him. And then now we are going to heal our Manectric because we are going to need it to take out the rest of the game. We Thunder, we almost kill the Tentacruel, we Quick Attack, but it full restores, so we Thunder again, and then we take it out. Now the Ludicolo, this was so annoying. It used Double Team so many times. I actually cut out probably about 5 of the Double Teams that it used, but we do get another full restore, and then it keeps using Double Team. This was so painful. So painful. It takes out our Manectric, we send in our Tropius, we use Body Slam. We use Body Slam. It keeps surfing. We use Body Slam. We heal, and we keep going. This Ludicolo is not letting up. We keep missing. It heals another time. We keep using Body Slam. It starts to use a Double Team again, and at the point at the end, I am just praying at this point. I do not believe at all we're going to win. I think I'm about to wipe again. I've made it all the way to the last Pokemon of the Elite Four, and Tropius is almost a goner. But we managed to recover enough and hit a few Body Slams slowly, missing after another. I cut out a lot of the misses here. You do not see them all. I have cut out multiple misses. I cut out misses in a lot of the battles just because they're not fun to see, but we take out the champion, finally. We would have gotten swept if Tropius had died. Absol would not have made it. That is the end of the run. We have beaten Pokemon Emerald Slide. That is it. If you like this video, please subscribe, check out our tutorial series. Otherwise, have a good one.